was possible, but let me tell you, today, I love my husband even more than I did 4 years ago, even more than I did 23 years ago when we first met.
Michelle, I love you so much. A few nights ago, everybody was reminded just what a lucky man I am.
And the First Lady a few weeks ago at the Democratic National Convention, where it was clear that 4 years in the White House have brought them even closer together. So we are honored to welcome for the very first time together on The View. Each of them has been here before, but we are happy to welcome the President and the First Lady of the United States, Barack and Michelle Obama. Yes. Your own lunch?
Before we get started, Barbara has visited the White House often.
Yes.
And every time she goes, she says that she pilfers something.
Right.
So we decided that for her birthday, rather than her having to steal napkins, we would go ahead and just bring the stuff to her. So we've got... In addition to the paper napkins, which is what usually she takes, we've actually brought some cloth napkins as well. We've got White House M&Ms. Got a deck of Marine One playing cards. Some White House beer.
Everybody wants to have a beer with you.
And I'm not sure this is entirely appropriate, Barbara, but we have a White House golf ball. So you don't have to be stuffing things.
I'm sorry.
She has your wallet right now. You just don't know it yet.
Happy birthday, though.
Thank you, Mr.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you.
And almost having a birthday, not so bad.
President, is the beer open?
The beer's not open yet. We're going to set it right here.
Right next to me?
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll share, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
It needs to be chilled properly before we exit.
We'll talk later. We're very happy that you came on with us, Mrs. Obama, and brought your date.
I brought him with me.
Yeah.
He had a few minutes in his
You
schedule.
know, I told folks I'm just supposed to be eye candy here for you guys.
Well, we have been accused of being sharp-tongued, so we're going to start off very gentle.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we're going to work our way up or down. So, you are about to celebrate your 20th wedding anniversary.
Yeah,
October 3rd. October 3rd is
Is she always this silly when she's on the show?
Only with you. You were different when you were with her, by the way.
That's true.
Okay, so October 3rd, your 20th wedding anniversary, is the night of the first debate.
Go
So,
figure.
yeah, exactly. They did it on purpose. So how are you going to celebrate?
Well, I think we're going to try.
You're going to celebrate maybe by trying to win the
on
debate.
Saturday, we're going to be doing something as opposed to the actual anniversary.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you she's eating your M&Ms.
Are you eating my birthday present?
No.
President Obama, are you a romantic kind of husband?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know that he is. He's really good. Actually, he tells this story, so I'm going to tell it. Our first wedding anniversary, I totally forgot. I totally forgot about it because it was on the weekend, and he said, "Well, what are we going to do on Saturday?" And I was like, "Well, what's Saturday?" And it was our anniversary, and I forgot. So
Yeah, and people call you cold.
See that?
Yeah.
So no, I like. I like lavishing her with all kinds of attention when she deserves it, and she always deserves it.
Do you have time to lavish?
Well, not right now.
But I want to ask you, describe your husband's personality. Because we hear, you know, aloof, cold, unemotional, all those sweet things. Describe his personality.
You know...
Well, I want you to say he's aloof, cold, and unemotional.
No. He's very loving. He's very giving. He's very open. He's funny. I'm funnier. So, you know, but we understand that. You know, he's very funny.
Does he ever raise his voice? Does he ever get angry?
Yeah. No, he can't. But he's not that. He's not. He doesn't have emotional shifts. I mean, he's very steady.
No mood swings.
Yeah, I can make him mad. I'm probably one of the few people who can really make him mad.
Why? How do you get him to? How do you make him mad?
Any number of ways.
Yeah.
Am I being thoroughly unreasonable?
Now, is there? I heard that there's a plaque in Chicago.
Oh, God.
It marks the site of your first kiss. Tell us about that first kiss.
No, this is very sweet.
See, she says it's embarrassing. He says it's sweet.
In our neighborhood.
We didn't know anything about it.
No, we didn't. Until we saw it in the paper.
Somebody just did this. Our first date, we were at a law firm together. I was a summer associate. She was already practicing law. And I had been sort of eyeing her for a while, but she was acting real professional.
I was acting real professional. Shame on me.
So finally I wear her down a little bit, and I say, we're coming back, I guess, from a firm picnic.
Yeah.
And I said, well, let's go get some ice cream. And we went to Baskin-Robbins on 53rd Street in Chicago, and she bought chocolate. I don't remember what I bought, and they didn't have any seats inside the store, so we sat out on a curb on a summer day and had ice cream, and that's when I asked her if I could kiss her.
Oh, you asked her? Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, I didn't just, you know.
Did you make him wait for the answer? Yes, no?
No, she was fine with it, I think. So anyway, I wrote about this in my book, in my second book, and somehow somebody read that, and they ended up just creating a plaque on the curb where we had sat, saying this is where the president and the first lady first kissed. And that was so nice. It was really sweet of them. It was very sweet of them.
Mr. President, we were actually talking about the kids backstage, the girls, and Malia's, what, 14? And Sasha's 11. Yep. Is it true that before you spoke at the Democratic National Convention that you had a really kind of special moment with them?
Well,
Can you share?
This is an example of how they make sure I don't take myself too seriously. So we're backstage, and you know, it's all covered up, and people are whispering into their various headphones and this and that. And I'm about to go on cue, and suddenly I see Malia and Sasha. They're kind of spinning around and doing something. I said, "What are you guys doing?" He said, "This is just like in the Hannah Montana movie." Right before Hannah goes out, and it's all enclosed like this, and then Billy Ray says to her, "Go get him, baby." And then they started performing the whole scene and cracking themselves up. And then suddenly it's all the President of the United States, and I had to walk out thinking about Hannah Montana. That was what was on my mind at the convention.
That you like to have dinner when you can with the family. And I know that you're so busy.
But every night, if we're home, at 6:30, we have dinner.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But you don't bring your stuff to the table, right? No. What happens to you during the day? So how do you know what his day is like? Do you have pillow talk, or what goes on?
We go over the broad aspects of all of our days. That's what we talk about. And he's usually last. The girl's like, "So what'd you do?" You know? And it's like, get it, you know. And then it's like, "Okay, Dad, that's enough." But it's usually after, because the girls will take Bo out for a walk, and we usually get a little time at the table just by ourselves. And that's when we kind of catch up on serious stuff. But, you know, sometimes a lot of the things that Barack feels, like those moments with families who've lost, you know, we want to talk to the girls about those things as well. You know, just, you know, let them understand, first of all, what their dad's doing every day and what's going on in people's lives, so that, you know, we're always having that lesson, you were blessed. You better understand this. I don't want to hear you complaining, because there are people with real issues, and understand that the world is complex and difficult in ways for people that you will never know. So you've got to, you've got to know about these things and show empathy. So it's really important to have those conversations.
How do you shield them from negative stuff that's coming at the president?
They hear some of it, but they're pretty tough. I mean, I know Malia one day came home and she was talking about a discussion they were having about current affairs, and they brought up something Dad did, and, some people didn't agree, and you asked, well, how do you feel about that? And she was like, she said, that's your business.
We're going to come back. We're going to come back and ask you some questions yourself that are not as sweet and kind as these have been. We'll see. Okay, stay with us. All right. We'll be right back with President First Lady.